Hello and welcome to Media Made, the show in which we, year by year, explore the movies, music, and TV that most invaded our lives. I'm your host, the host with the most, Rod. I'm joined by...
the host with a little less most, Jess.
Yeah. And if you've never listened to the show before, the idea is we go through a list of the movies, music albums, and the television shows that were released or premiered year by year. We look at a big old list of them, and we choose the ones that we have seen or listened to the absolute most.
Yeah.
This episode is 1986. We're looking at music 1986. So we've looked at a giant list of every album released in 1986 and decide which one each of us had heard the most. How'd that go for us?
Wonderfully.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I was thoroughly entertained. I liked all of the music this year.
Okay. You mean in general? Because
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about our dark.
Okay, yes.
Our dark moments.
We'll get to that in a moment. You may have heard that we have some silky sounds coming out of coming into your ears there. We got a mixer and new mics, so that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bear with us as we continue to take baby steps to getting the audio to where it's like just peak quality. But we're not audio engineers, so bear with us.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
we're going to make it sound good to our ears. And
Yeah.
if your ears are like our ears, they're shaped like round conch shells.
Magic conch? Will I ever get married?
Is that a SpongeBob reference?
It is. Maybe someday. So this is actually our second episode of 1986. We did movies last time. We talked about my movie, American Tail.
Boo. Please, can we get a soundboard system that is other people booing? Double my voice. Boo, 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 boo. You suck.
And Jess's movie was Labyrinth.
Yay! Oh. Yeah! Look at that cod piece!
And just a bit of house cleaning. I think we decided without actually saying it that Jess's movie was clearly better than
Absolutely,
mine.
100%.
Labyrinth beat American Tail to the ground, and that means Jess has 1 point in the year of 1986.
Woo! Winning.
Hashtag winning. Hashtag Tiger Blood.
Hashtag wifing.
There you go. All right, but we're in music. We're going to listen to music today. Normally, I would say Jess and I have diverse musical tastes, and definitely I lean towards rock and metal. Her more towards
Nickelback.
Pop. I mean, that's rock for some people. But no, like you're more pop, R&B, especially in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, definitely. And then when we go, I get real indie and chill.
Yeah, but either way, like, so like if you listen to our 1985 music episode, we talked about Jess's album was Whitney Houston, pop,
Yeah.
soul.
Yes.
Mine was Megadeth, the thrashiest of metal.
The trashiest of metal.
It was rough, but today we actually were within the same ballpark.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Jess's album and how we got there, because another thing you'll learn about Jess is she does not listen to a lot of music from before she was born.
She does not.
So usually it comes down to what songs are on the radio.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
What songs have my parents listened to ad nauseum?
Right. But we're going to start with my album. You want to introduce it?
All the way from across the pond, we've got four geeks. Yes, four geeks and a guitar and maybe some other stuff. Iron Maiden!
Released September 29th, 1986, a turning point in the sound of 80s heavy metal. We have Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. Yeah? How does that make you feel?
Feels like you didn't like my intro.
No. You brought it in. There's definitely some geeks and some guitars in that sound. But yeah, so Somewhere in Time. Oh man, where do we start? I guess I'll just give a quick rundown of what Iron Maiden is all about. Iron Maiden was formed in Leighton, East London, 1975, by bass guitarist and chief songwriter Steve Harris. To this day, Mr. Harris is the leader of the band. He writes most of the songs, including the lyrics. He is like the creative mind they've cycled through guitars, they've cycled through vocalists, but Steve Harris is the backbone. Okay? Iron Maiden occupies the genre of metal known as the new wave of British heavy metal. Okay?
Right.
I gave a little bit of a history of heavy metal in the Megadeth, like my Megadeth segment of our 1985 music episode. Just Cliff Notes version. Heavy metal started in the early 70s with like bluesy, harder edge rock. So the pioneers were Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and a few other, just like pioneers. They did not necessarily establish. They weren't heavy metal all the time, but their sound ended up influencing what would become the true heavy metal of the late 70s, early 80s. Iron Maiden were those bands. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Motorhead, Saxon, a group of these British bands. They, I think, officially established, hey, this is what heavy metal is going to sound like from now on. And that worked its way into the 80s. Heavy metal, hard rock, those were the big names. But that was Britain. America, the heavy metal hard rock scene was a little different. Do you remember what I talked about with...
Did we talk about Axl Rose and the Joop Joops?
No. He's... I revealed to you that in the early 80s in America... There was like a split between the hair metal and the glam metal thing, right? So that was the most popular of the genres,
right?
Or that was like the most rated. Like they were the biggest drawing. The glam metal, the hair metal. Apparently, they were also called the teeth metal because they smiled.
Oh,
British dudes, they were a little bit more angsty. The Americans, they were wild and liked having parties, and they liked loose women and drinking and drugs and having a good old time.
My dear.
Yeah. So Van Halen, yeah. That's Van Halen, Kiss, stuff like that. Okay, they were all about it.
Right.
Unfortunately, that glam metal, hair metal, pop metal started basically just take over American, the American hard rock scene.
You say unfortunately. Do you mean unfortunately?
I don't know. I like Van Halen to a point. It's not. It
wasn't what.
Yeah, if I was living in the early '80s and I went to the record store, I would buy an Iron Maiden's Power Slave because that was more metal than Van Halen's 1984, for example. So anyway, and then when we talked about Megadeth, roundabouts the mid '80s when American metal looked like everybody just wanted to be pop and synthy and big arena rock type thing, sellouts even if you will. The thrash metal scene started to grow up from the underground because they were like, no, man, we're bringing it back. We want to be hard again. So anyway, yeah, you got the current generation of thrash metalheads trying to rise up and make a name for themselves. At the same time, the previous generation of metal was also falling into the more synth-oriented sound, okay? Iron Maiden... In 1984, they released Power Slave, which is like the height of 80s heavy metal, in my opinion. Nothing gets more metal than that.
Nothing.
Like, of that generation, right? This is their follow-up, okay? And the thing is, I think it's defined by the fact that somewhere in time, 1986, Iron Maiden, it's the band's first album to feature guitar synthesizers. Normally, like, heavy metal guitar, it's distorted, it has that very, like, crunchy, like,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I know
what you mean. That crunchy sound, like that trademark electric guitar sound, heavy distortion. Because it was the 80s and since the synthesizers were, on the rise, everybody wanted to experiment with this new technology, right? If you wanted to use a guitar synthesizer, and that's the thing, I'm not a musician, I'm not an audio engineer, but the best of my understanding is that you plug your guitar into a synthesizer, the sounds run through the synthesizer as if it would a distortion pedal, right? To make the heavy metal sound. The synthesizer then outputs the guitar and makes a more synthesized guitar sound than a distorted guitar sound like you would get through the distortion pedal.
Right, okay.
So the best example I have is the song...
from this album?
The song from this album is called Heaven Can Wait, and it opens with a bass riff from Steve Harris. So he's you know what a bass guitar sounds like.
Yeah.
Dum 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 dum, right?
Dum 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 dum.
This is what a bass guitar going through a synthesizer sounds like. That. It's a little different.
Right.
It's got that electronic, that electronic twang that's hard to articulate, but it's there and you can hear it. So, if you wanted a raw, traditional metal sound, you're not going to find it here.
Not in this album.
Not on this album. They're experimenting. So I can understand some people feeling betrayed by this experimentation.
Iron Maiden, no.
And it's kind of funny. Coincidentally, Judas Priest, who is Iron Maiden's contemporary, they released
The Leather Daddies.
The Leather Daddy. Yep. They released an album in 1986 as well called Turbo, which also made heavy use of synthesizers. So, if you're a little kid in you know the heavy metal scene, you're like, okay, all of my favorites have now gone commercial. I'm gonna go lean back towards the thrash metal. That's where it is. I'm sure that's why we have the rise of thrash metal exactly as the previous generation was coming down with more synthesized guitars. And it's not bad.
It's just different.
It's just different. So
you got to be in the mood.
You have to understand, heavy metal. Metalheads, they're very particular.
Wait, you're particular?
Oh yeah, picky even.
What? You're picky?
Yes.
How have I never known this about you before?
And this is so the use of synthesizers is actually a half step. I was reading, and it turns out that singer Bruce Dickinson, he was exhausted from their most recent tour. It was like a year and a half of heavy touring. Power Slave, one of their biggest albums. He's just like, hey man, I want to take a break. Let's write some acoustic songs. And Steve Harris is like, no. That's a bridge too far, my friend. So it's like, we want to
bridge too far.
Yeah, we're gonna experiment with synthesizers. We are not doing this acoustic stuff, bro. Bruce stuck it out for another 3 albums, but he was gone after this.
Yeah.
After that,
like, I need a break.
He did need a break. He wanted to do his own thing.
With some acoustic guitars.
I guess so. And then he came back in the year 2000. But yeah.
I just want you to know that you've done this, all week. You keep saying, in the year 2000, and my brain starts singing a Jonas Brothers song. It goes, and I came from the year 3000. And you keep doing it.
That's unfortunate.
And it's stuck in my head, and I love you, but you have to stop saying in the year 2000.
Sorry. All right. Let's jump into it. Let's look at some tracks here, okay? I want to we opened I opened with it, but I want to really take a listen to it. The Sea of Madness, which is my favorite of the songs off this album. Mm-hmm. Start that off again.
Well, that's good that they opened with it then.
No. The first song is actually Caught in Time.
Oh.
Caught Somewhere in Time.
Oh, right.
They did not intend it this way, but some people see this as a concept album dealing with just time. Mm-hmm. Just the passage of time, going back in time.
Fighting time.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
There's a lot of.
Yeah. That's fun. Iron Maiden tends to do that. But anyway,
but they say it's not a concept album.
Did you have anything you wanted to say about Sea of Madness before we start? Yeah, Jess is a lyric person. I'm more of a music person. I'm down with this music. I can get. I'm like, yeah.
Bop them shoulders. Go.
And Iron Maiden is defined by Bruce Dickinson's operatic voice.
His operatic woes? Voice.
Yeah. And woes. He does. You have some woes in a few of these songs.
Yeah, you do. That
anyway.
Bicentennial O.
Normally, I would say that Iron Maiden, their lyrics are they stand up. They hold water. Sometimes I don't know what they're singing about.
Yeah.
Like this song. You probably spent more time deciphering these lyrics than I did. Anything you got?
No. I was like, I don't know. What is it? I remember when we were listening to it the first time, I was like, what's it about? Somewhere in Time. Or not Somewhere in Time. That's the name of the album. Sea of Madness. And obviously, by the title, you want to say it's just kind of like, you feel like you're drowning.
Because you're crazy.
Because the world is mad.
Okay. That's fair.
And trying to fly above it, right? But then just kind of because I think that's where the chorus is a lot. Mm-hmm. Just like an eagle like the eagle and the dove fly so high on wings above, when all you see can only bring you sadness. So you're like,
Here,
okay,
let's be quiet. Here, he'll sing that.
yeah. And so I think, right, that's about trying to put yourself above it, like away from it. Like we've all been through those kind of times when it's just like
the year 2020.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the year 2000. I was gonna fight you. But yeah, that kind of just like, all right, when you can only see something that is just like bringing you down, do your best to stay above it. But then the next part of it is like a river we flow on, towards the sea we go. Like, as much as you want to be away from it, like as much as you want to be a bird, a fish, and you can't not go with the flow. So, you know, it feels like very much like if you can't fight them, if you can't beat them, join them. But joining them, you're just kind of like,
yeah.
It's a sad song.
To me, it was more like, yeah, this world's wild, and there are a lot of anxieties, and I'm feeling a lot. You know, I'm going crazy, but the truth is, I just got to keep trucking on. You know, in a very British way, you got to keep on keeping on.
Keep on.
Got to carry on, right?
Yeah.
Keep
calm.
Keep calm. Carry on. Sing about it. Another story about Sea of Madness. This is the first song I heard off this album. Back in high school, I was discovering music and learning what it was that I liked. You know, so it was like I remember hearing the song "Run to the Hills" by Iron Maiden on the radio, and I was like, "This is incredible." And I was like, I want to know more about this band, right? And so I asked my good old buddy Michael, who loves to collect music. The man has, I think, 100,000 songs in his
library.
His iPod from like 2007 or whatever.
Oh,
like
wow.
He has one of the fat ones.
Oh, you know, like that, the brick.
Yeah, like the early iPod. He still has it. He still listens to it in his car. He's got so many songs, like, you know, like 180 gigs of songs.
One day we just need Michael on the podcast.
Yeah, we do. But anyway, so I said, hey, bro, I like Iron Maiden. Can you like give me some of the songs off the album, and or just give me their best songs? So he made me a mix CD of all of his favorite Iron Maiden songs, and this was on that CD. And I agreed. I was like, this song's good. All right, so let's transition out of that one. What say you? Do you want to move on to Stranger in a Strange Land?
Okay.
Oh, you like that bass? That's a clean bass right there.
Yeah. I'd put this on in the background and not listen to it.
I like it. So Iron Maiden is also defined by like that drive, right? You just like the bass is. I always call it the gallop.
This feels more like a trot.
Yeah. We'll get to a galloping song at the end, but yeah, this song is very I don't know, it's just kind of a drive, right? The riff is strong. It makes you want to bob your head and just kind of like, move on.
Yeah.
So this song was written by guitarist Adrian Smith. He'll interject sometimes and write a song or two. And
they make a little bit more sense.
My challenge to you, because I know what he was writing about when he wrote the song. When we were looking at the lyrics proper, I felt like going in blind. It was hard to understand what the heck he was even talking about.
Yeah.
So I challenged you to look at the lyrics and figure out what this song was about.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's not a book, is what you told me. It's the title of the song is the title of the book, but it's not about that book. It's not about the book. They also say Brave New World in here, but it's also not about that book, apparently.
I have a story about that. Since you brought that up.
Go ahead.
When Michael gave me that mix CD, right? Because back in the that's the thing, he didn't encode or actually give each track information on the file. So he gave me this mix CD. I popped it in my computer, and it was just track 1, track 2, track 3. So I had to like a sleuth figure out what each song's name was, so I can in what album it came from, so I can insert the information in iTunes. So I knew what the heck I was looking for, right? So each song I would go in and wait for the chorus and try to figure out, okay, what is the name of this song, right? Number of the Beast, he repeats it. It's kind of it's easy to understand what that song's called, right? This song, he says Brave New World, right? Mm-hmm. And I looked up Iron Maiden, Brave New World. They have a song called Brave New World from the year 2000. And I was like, okay, so this song's called Brave New World. So
it's not.
And for a while it was in my computer as Brave New World.
How'd you find out it wasn't? You heard Brave New World?
I was I had to read Brave New World. Better. I had to read Brave New World in high school in sophomore English class. So when I was reading it, I was Googling it or looking at Wikipedia, and they said that Iron Maiden had written a song about it. And I said, oh, really? And I went and listened to it. I was like, or I maybe had looked it up on YouTube and listened to the actual Brave New World song. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, oh, it's in my iPod already. That's not the same song. What's going on? So then you find out, no, this song's actually Stranger in a Strange Land. Anyway.
It's about Alice in Wonderland.
Nope.
It's not about a book. You keep saying
give me some of your steps here. You're deciphering. Give me some lyrics on how.
Ooh, wait. Stranger in a Strange Land, Land of Ice and Snow. Is this about... Dang it, I wanted to say another book. See, because you said book, now my brain wants to say The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
So you got a Land of Ice and Snow, right?
Game of Thrones.
Nope.
100 Men... Oh, I was about to say Alexander the Great, but that's a different song that we'll get to. Rip Van Winkle.
Nope. You give up?
Land Before Time.
No.
Ice Age.
Uh-uh.
The Wiggles.
Here we go. The lyrics are about, and apparently this is...
Doctor Who?
No. This song, Adrian Smith, when he wrote the song, was reading about an Arctic explorer that got lost in the snow and died, and he was found 100 years later with his body still preserved.
So it's Fargo?
No. No. So, I mean, like, that's what the song's about. It's about an explorer gets lost in the snow, the land of ice and snow, and then this is his soul singing about, being trapped under the ice, and then...
Wait, so it's Captain America?
Yes! I was actually thinking that when we were listening to it, like... I was reading the lyrics knowing that what this song was about, and I was just like, yeah, this could be a song about Captain America.
Somebody needs to make that edit and put it on YouTube. Just this whole song with clips from Captain America.
Like,
and Winter Soldier!
That in the heyday of anime music videos, someone could have, if the Avengers had come out a bit before, you could have taken this song and edited clips from Captain America and the Avengers.
They could have still done that with like pieces of the comic books. Oh, I would watch. Well, just like screenshots of the
So anyway,
do it, someone.
It's about this guy. He's singing about his his soul being trapped under the ice, and then men find him, and he's just like, I'm found again.
Okay, yeah, I would not have gotten that.
No,
I feel like I was probably close with like Doctor Who. No. I feel like there's definitely been an episode where he's trapped in... Ha-ha! Peter Capaldi was bored. Wow, words. Words are hard. I'm done.
Okay, I have no idea what you're even talking about.
There was an episode where they're stuck in an ice palace. It was Peter.
Okay, well. All right, so we're gonna move on to we're not gonna close with bad stuff. We're gonna close with good stuff, but we got to get the bad stuff out of the way first. Let's go to the closing song in the album, Alexander the Great.
My son, ask for thyself another kingdom, for that which I leave is too small for thee.
So cinematic, it even has a little intro.
Wow.
Alright, so every Iron Maiden album, most Iron Maiden albums, they have an epic song, a song that's longer than the rest, deals with something of great interest to the writers. On this album, it's Alexander the Great. It's a musical adaptation of the life of Alexander the Great, his exploits. The song clocks in at 8:36. Some of their songs get to about 15 minutes. Doesn't get that far, but it's definitely the longest song on the album. And
it's terrible.
Why is it so terrible?
Lyrically, like musically, it's fine.
Yeah, like this is very like
it's
soothing.
Interesting.
It has a very like classy intro here.
Yeah,
and then it breaks into the riff. Let's skip ahead.
Yeah. I could bop to that. I am currently bopping to that.
And also before we talk about the lyrics, another thing about Iron Maiden songs is it has that driving beat. We called it the gallop. Mm-hmm. You can kind of hear it like the
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, lyrically, it just doesn't do it for me. Lyrically, this thing should have been workshopped.
Yeah.
A lot more. Like, a lot more. It's just... It's clunky. It, like, has no flow.
Yep.
It's just words put together in 4-line stanzas, 5-line stanzas. It's just... It's not good.
And it like... So this is what the chorus sounds like. Right, it's just fine. Alexander the Great. It's like you got this powerful figure. They're showing him reverence. They're like, cool. I want to learn more about this guy. What's he all about here? And let's get to the next verse. It's just like first he did this. And then he did this, and then he met this guy, and he fought this guy. And it's like, it's so droning.
Yeah.
And repetitive and clunky. Like, you heard him try to fit, like, one too many syllables into a stanza. It's
my gosh, he's saying these Macedonian names, and it's just like, no. There's a line that says, the Scaricans fell by the river of Draxus. Like, that's a line.
Yeah.
I'm saying those words wrong.
Yeah, but like legit, it's so clunky. It's just awkward, and it's so unfortunate because I know that Steve Harris wrote this song because he loves this stuff. He loves history, and he wanted to write a song talking about the exploits of King Alexander.
The Great. Yeah, and I know he can do this well, right?
Yeah.
Because he has that song about the mariner, right?
Yeah, so in Power Slave in 1984, they had a song called Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which is a musical adaptation of the poem of the same name, and that song was done very well.
Very, very well. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was long. It was like 11 minutes.
But they painted a word picture.
Yes, they painted a word image.
Whereas in this song, he's just like reading events off, like as if it was a history lecture.
Yeah, and it's just...
It's real unfortunate.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily even stick in your head the way other songs about great Alexanders... I'm not gonna actually say he was great, but so I don't know. I like, you're doing a good thing, Steve. I appreciate you.
Try
you're the homie. Yeah, maybe worship it a little bit more.
And it's like, I know he can write about history effectively. Like, he's done songs about like the Crimean War or World War One, right? And it's like in those songs, it's like, he's expressing like the fear and like the futility of combat and like the fear of death, and it's like, yeah, these are very effective lyrics that you're writing, Steve. That's nowhere in this song.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Harris.
Yesterday I was listening to Symphony X, the Symphony X song about the Odyssey. So Symphony X is a progressive metal band, and they wrote a 20-minute song. It's an adaptation of the Odyssey by Homer, and in that song it was just like, it was similar. It's about a guy traveling and fighting in the the Trojan War, and in that song they give voices to the characters. Mm-hmm. Odysseus is singing about how he misses home and he wants to, return back, and he's feeling doubt within himself. I feel like this Alexander the Great song would have benefited from more of that. Hey man, what's Alexander about?
Yeah.
Other than he, fought the king of Persia again.
Yeah, he died of fever. That's the last line of the song.
So
he died of fever in Babylon. Alexander the Great. He died of fever in Babylon.
That's so lame.
I don't think that's the melody, but
yeah, it might as well be. So anyway, that's a taste of that's the worst this album has to offer. Let's talk about some of the best, because we're going to talk about the song "Wasted Years," one of the album's two singles.
Oh.
Yep. Got that iconic riff there. Interestingly, this is the only song on the album not to feature any synthesizers. So it was written by, I believe, Adrian Smith again, the guitarist, and he was just like, yeah, man, I want to write a straight up metal song, and
let's do it.
yeah, and I can understand why this is the single, because it's definitely one of the stronger songs on the album,
and something that people would recognize more easily.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I was also looking into it. Apparently, like after just 2 concert tours, Iron Maiden completely disregarded this whole album. Like, there are only 3 songs from the album that have been played more than twice in concert. This is one of them. The other 2 are Somewhere in Time. Sorry. Stranger in a Strange Land.
Okay.
And Heaven Can Wait.
Okay.
Which I played a little bit of with the bass. So it's like, yeah, it's like this album is just like, yeah, we know it's not our strongest effort. It's fine.
We disregard it.
But either way, it gave us Wasted Years.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about Wasted Years? Lyrically,
I like
perhaps?
it.
Let's get a catchy chorus. Yep.
I don't know. I just think it's like very what's the word? Nostalgic. I mean, obviously, right? But like the line in the chorus, "Don't waste your time searching for those wasted years." I don't know. I just think I personally just think that's a really strong line.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
The song is about Adrian Smith being homesick and alienated while on tour. Obviously, they had just gone on a year-long excursion.
Why did he feel alienated?
I think every rock band in their lifespan has to write one song about how it's miserable being on tour and we want to go home and be with our families. And for Iron Maiden, it's this song, you know. But at the same time, he's just like, hey, man, this is my job and I got to keep trucking on. I got to keep carrying on, as we say.
Got to keep doing it.
Yep.
Going around the world.
not resent those wasted years, so to say. You know, it's like, hey, man, I'm living for today.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's interesting, like, referring to them as wasted years. Like, you were doing something that you loved and you were passionate about.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, because
like,
I feel
I'm
like
on the road. I miss my kids' birthdays.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it feels very much like the, like, Reaganomics father who's working all the time. And it's just like, well, I'm doing this for you so you can have a better life than me. But, like, those are years that you've wasted in some form. But I guess we can say we are always wasting years in some kind of way. Like, because there's so many paths that we can take that if we get to the end of this path in a year or 2 years, we can be like, oh man, I should have been focusing my energy here. I feel like would have been doing better here. So I think that it's one of those songs that I like better than like other songs that I've heard about, like by rock bands or just regular solo artists that are about missing home, because it's not just about like, oh, I miss the comfort of home. It's about like this kind of existential thought of, and maybe that's not word, like that's what I'm pulling from it, but of how our years are wasted, despite what we're doing, even if we love it.
I'm like, I don't know. Would you? He has a case of the dad guilt.
We are peak 80s.
Yep.
Peak 80s is the most wonderful time for dad guilt.
Mid 80s to the mid 90s is the peak years for dad guilt. We'll definitely discuss a lot of that. But I think Adrian, he's onto something.
Yeah.
He misses home. All right. Let's talk a little bit about how this album is received. This album is widely regarded. Though it did receive fairly positive reviews, it's widely considered the worst of 80s, or the Maiden's 80s catalog. Which, it's hard not to argue with, because I definitely agree. Yeah, it's like, it's like, other than Alexander the Great, there's like nothing outright bad on this album. It's just like not as good as the other ones. Songwriting, lyrics, just the sound and the feel of it, it just doesn't have the power and the energy that even definitely a Power Slave or even a Peace in Mind would have. Yeah, man, that's really all we got on Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. Would you recommend it?
Yes, because the whole album is only like 59 minutes.
Yeah,
and besides the last 8-minute history lesson. The songs are like, you know, they're a reasonable time. Lyrically, it's fine. And musically, like, if you don't particularly care for rock, or heavy metal or this genre, you can definitely very easily, like, listen and just have it on while you're doing something. I feel like this is a really good thing. I know this sounds weird. To clean to. To, like, just be able to, like, keep your pulse up in your body, like, moving. Because, like, there are a lot of, like, good driving beats. Like, even though they have the ballad, there aren't any slow traditional ballads on this. So I'm like, I'd recommend it for those things.
I would recommend it to Iron Maiden completionists. You know, it's like, hey man, if you like Power Slave, you like Number of the Beast, check this one out and just give it a listen, you know. Because it's there and it's not bad. It's just not as good as the other stuff. Also, it is an interesting, pun unintended, time capsule for the 80s metal sound. Like, they were doing something that they wouldn't do 2 years before or 2 years after with this sound. Just the synthesizers and everything. It's unique. Yeah. Unique sound, unique ideology, I guess. So that's all I got to say. We're going to close out with the song Deja Vu. So we'll see you on the other side.
Not the meme song.
No. See you on the other side with Jess's album, 1986.
See ya.
And now, these messages.
Somewhere in Time, the new album from Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden. Catch them somewhere on tour, sometime in early 1987. Somewhere in Time on Capitol.
Oh man, we're coming in. You Give Love a Bad Name. Bon Jovi, their 1986 album, Slippery When Wet. Terrible album title.
It's a slip and slide.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh gee.
Right. Oh gee.
Oh dear.
Released August 18th, 1986. One of the 80s most successful and highest selling rock records. Continues to be one of the highest selling rock records of all time. You cannot go like 2 hours listening to classic rock radio without hearing a song from this album.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. I would guarantee they play at least 3 of these songs every day on the radio. Okay, this is Jess's 1986 album. I'm gonna let her go. Why is this your 86 album? When did you first hear about this? You know, these songs here from Bon Jovi.
I definitely have. There are some memories, like some songs and some smells that are like attached to memories.
Yeah.
And so, "Living on a Prayer" is attached to me in my mom's purple minivan driving up to LA to visit my grandpa really early in the morning, and it's real dark, which will happen a lot this early, because I think that as iconic as this album is, and I definitely have heard a couple songs off of it, this is not something that I would listen to. This is very much my mom, possibly my dad.
This is a secondhand album.
This might even be a third-hand album.
Secondhand Lion album.
This is actually one of the things that we will see happening a lot. For me, the reason that, I don't know if we explained it here or if we explained it on Media Made Dark.
Oh yeah, so let's explain that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll talk. Like, we'll actually give us a chance to talk about another aspect of 1986 music that we didn't mention, but or no, I'll save that for the end. Go ahead.
Okay, so how we were doing this for a couple. This is 1986. So obviously we've been doing this for 2 years that you have heard, which means the content is like 5 episodes at this point. So 5 forms of media.
Yeah.
Or pieces of media. So when we started out, we didn't really have hard and fast rules. Well, we
Yeah.
had hard and fast rules. We didn't have defined rules.
Before we did this on mic, we actually just did this together as a couples exercise just to learn about each other.
Yeah.
And the things that we like.
Yeah.
So it was just like, music album. Yeah, which one of these sticks out to you? What's the most, right? Mm-hmm. But like as we went through and developed actual rules for what is the most listened to album, like it kind of depends. So music is weird, right? Because an album is comprised of a number of songs.
Yeah.
So we had to come up with rules. It's like, if you've got an album and you've heard 5 of the 8 songs on it, right? But you have another album that you've heard all 8 songs. Which of those would you count as the most listened to album? Mm-hmm. And we decided it's the one you've heard every song of.
Yeah.
So if there's an album, like for me, Somewhere in Time, I've heard every single song on that album a number of times. Mm-hmm. Therefore, that album supersedes any other album from 1986 that I may have heard only a handful of songs from.
But have heard those songs more
than Somewhere in Time.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
And if there is no album from the year that you haven't heard every song off of, the album that we chose to listen to for that person would be the one they've heard the most songs from.
Yes. So this is 86.
Uh-huh.
I don't listen to music. It became abundantly clear as we moved forward into this in late 80s, early 90s. I just don't listen to music. I don't do it. I just don't. So I have heard 3 songs off this album. Was it 4? No, 3. It was 3 songs off this album.
Yeah.
And that was more than I had heard of any other album released in 1986. And let me just say, there were like 300 albums released that year.
Not that many. It felt like that.
It felt like that. I mean, we're going to like push it as we get farther in years, but 3. 3 was the golden number.
3 songs, and that's it. There was no other album that she's heard more than 3 songs from.
Yes.
And that's fine.
Yeah. And obviously, just like you said, you can't get away from these 3 songs.
Right. I, like you, just have, undiscernible memories of driving in the car and just hearing Wanted, Dead or Alive, or Living on a Prayer. It's just like, they're ubiquitous.
Yeah.
I just hear them everywhere. So it's like when I was, starting to build my music library, like probably, within downloading my first 20 songs, I would say there were a handful of Bon Jovi songs that I downloaded. Freshman year of high school, when I got my first iPod, Bon Jovi was on there, and songs from this album definitely were. I do remember one thing though. The first time I heard "Living on a Prayer" was in a VH1 classic, like top songs of the '80s countdown. Those crappy cable countdown shows. Those definitely introduced me to a lot of music, and so it's like "Living on a Prayer" was probably like, I think it was number 1. I think of like the top songs of the 80s, "Living on a Prayer" was voted number 1 by VH1 viewers. So hey, that's something, I guess. Hey,
I feel like you also mentioned VH1 during our Whitney Houston album.
I might have. Yeah.
I wonder if we can go bingo. Let's see if every episode we can mention VH1.
VH1, Guitar
until
Hero.
2007.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, so let's get into the background of Bon Jovi just a little bit,
Okay.
because I'm of 2 minds on Bon Jovi and how to feel about them. Okay. Guitarist John Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
John Biogi.
It's not
Belushi?
No. It's just, Bon Jovi is one word. It's very Italian. Started playing music in 1975 at the age of 13, and he was actively trying to break into the music industry by age 16. Some of his early work was studio work in the early 80s, recording radio station jingles and the song R2-D2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, from the Star Wars themed Christmas album.
Oh, jeez.
It's true. If you look at the liner notes, he is credited John
geez.
Bon Jovi for R2D2 I Love You, or whatever the song is called.
Oh.
Yep. That is real.
So this Christmas we're going to watch Star Wars Christmas special while listening to the Star Wars Christmas music.
I would rather listen to the Star Wars Christmas album than watch the Star Wars Christmas special. That thing is a monstrosity. Anyway, after the minor success of his first single, Runaway, in 1983, John formed the band, Bon Jovi, named after himself, and was signed to Capitol Records.
Nice.
He changed, like, he named it, rather than Bon Jovi as it's spelled in his real name, it was like Bon, one word, Jovi, a different word. Because I guess someone suggested it's like, Van Halen or Def Leppard. They're popular, just do something like that. So he's like, cool, Bon Jovi.
Good move, John.
Yep. Their first two albums, which featured a heavier sound, were modest successes, but the band wanted to adopt a more commercial sound and be more popular with their next one.
So?
I'm like, you can use the word sellout if you want.
Oh, no.
To achieve their goal, they hired well-known hitmaker Desmond Child as a collaborator. He had worked with Kiss, Bonnie Tyler, Cher, to create like really popular radio-based hits. Okay, they gave Kiss like a huge disco hit when Kiss was said to have sold out. It's like they're not making rock anymore; they're making disco.
What is the disco hit?
It's called "I Was Made for Loving You, Baby."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's something. It's very catchy. Something about Desmond Child. He writes catchy tunes.
Good job, Desmond. Desmond Lloyd?
No. The band focus tested songs for the album. They auditioned over 30 tracks for local New Jersey and New York teenagers, basing the album's running order and the choice of songs on those teenagers' opinions. So I'm like, they were going for it.
Yeah, they were. They did their market research.
Yeah, man. That's the thing. It's like I'm thinking to myself, like, I respect it on one level, but at the other level, I'm like, is that what I want? It makes me like, I'm fighting myself not to be cynical about it, because I'm like, it feels so manufactured. But it's like, these guys wanted it.
Yeah.
And guess what? They sold millions of records.
Yeah.
And did it.
How old was Bon Jovi at this point?
Early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, like not too not too old. Like they were young and hungry, and they wanted to make it big.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So we came in with the song "You Give Love a Bad Name," just to remind you what the chorus sounds like on that.
You give love a bad name.
Yeah. So this is one of the singles from the album. I think it's the first single. This song and the other singles were all written by Bon Jovi and Desmond Child, right? They were meant to be radio hits, okay? Like, in, like, the weirdest, like, form of cannibalism or plagiarism or whatever, this is not, like, Desmond Child had written this song already, and it had been released under a different name with a different artist. Did you know that?
No.
The song was originally written for Bonnie Tyler, who was known for the, Turn Around Bright Eyes.
Every now and then
Yeah, that's Bonnie Tyler. She released a song in May of 1986.
Oh.
Like 6 months before Bon Jovi's album came out.
Oh, wow.
It was a song called If You Were a Woman and I Was a Man, written by Desmond Child. I sure do. Different lyrics, but the exact same, like, melody and vocal melody and all that stuff. So let's see here.
I would like to hear this piece.
Here it comes.
Wow.
You play your game, you give love a bad name. 6 months. That song was released as a single from the album. It wasn't a hit, so Desmond was like, didn't work. I'll try it again with this completely different band.
So you know how in college, when they're like, don't plagiarize, but also don't plagiarize your own work. But you're like, these two classes are asking for something that's basically the same thing. I'm not writing 2 essays. I'm just going to turn it in.
He plagiarized himself. Textbook definition. And it's like, it's not college. He's not going to get in trouble. It's just like, maybe in the court of public opinion, but obviously that didn't work. But like, in my head, I'm like, you couldn't even wait like 10 years. It was like, he knew this was like, this is a hit in the making, man.
It needs to be done now. I mean, I'm
like, it's so frustrating because it's like, I want to be mad that you shouldn't get away with this, but he did. Bon Jovi and Desmond Child, they got away with it.
You gotta applaud the business nature.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It's wild. So yeah, like, I don't know. I don't even like know what to say.
Like, where do I go from here?
It's just like, it's so frustrating.
I mean, I don't hate it. Like, play's gonna play. Get your change, homie. Like,
Yeah.
Gotta make it. Ooh.
All right, let's move on to the next song now.
I just want to know how Bonnie feels about it. Though.
I did not look that up, but Bonnie had her hits. Okay?
I mean, yeah, she's like, take it, Young Guns. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
That's something. So, the Bon Jovi sound that they had here, like especially in "You Give Love a Bad Name" and "Living on a Prayer," they have what I would identify as the Bonnie Tyler style, like very anthemic and like what you would hear in like an 80s montage, you know.
Oh yeah,
she did "I Need a Hero," right? That was her. So like Desmond Child, like that's not the Bonnie Tyler song, like style. It's the Desmond Child style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like the flash dance or whatever, you know, that 80s anthem montage rock.
Gonna make it into a
That's
John Oliver movie. What? Who made Pretty in Pink? John Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure plenty of Desmond Child songs made it into John Hughes movies.
Don John Hughes.
Bon John Hughes.
Bon John Hughes. Belushi.
Let's move on to the next song. This song I can feel a little less cynical about. It's called "Wanted Dead or Alive."
The motorcycle song.
Yep. Waiting for that intro. Yeah, just that little. Talk about synthesizers. This song has the synth.
Yeah, I really like synth.
I do too. I love it. No, this song's great.
Yeah.
This is probably the first Bon Jovi song I ever heard. You know, he is a cowboy. On a steel horse, he rides.
Wanted. We're not there yet.
No, we're not. But yeah, anyway, we'll let that go. I'll talk about where this song came from.
I will definitely be singing this chorus, my friend.
Wanted Dead or Alive was proposed as the name of the album.
Oh.
Other than Slippery When Wet. I think Wanted Dead or Alive might be a better song title or album title.
I want to say yes, but not if they were doing market research to sell to kids. Because, like, let's be honest, the teens Wanted Dead or Alive would sell to more of a punk.
Yeah.
But Slippery When Wet is gonna.
It's very evocative.
Yeah.
It's sexy.
It's sexy.
Yeah. So like, especially if you know where it came from. I have the where Slippery When Wet came from. The band named it Slippery When Wet after being inspired by a visit to the No. 5 Orange Strip Club in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Gosh.
Canadian strip club. According to the guitarist Richie Sambora, quote, "This woman descended from the ceiling on a pole and proceeded to take all her clothes off." Gosh, this is the
What?
Yeah. He's like, "Then she got in a shower and soaked herself up. And we all just like lost our tongues."
Mom, if you're listening to this, close your ears.
And they sat there and said, "We'll be here every day." That energy energized us through the whole project. And we wanted to bring that level of energy to the
I hope
album.
they gave royalties to that woman.
like, you know, Miss Slippery, she needs some she needs some recognition. So yeah, like, I guess the idea was they wanted to bring this like high energy. They wanted to portray the rock star lifestyle, and Slippery When Wet certainly says something about it. You know,
Yeah.
stripping. But Wanted Dead or Alive also, I think, exemplifies the rock and roll lifestyle. Because it's such a Gen X boomer idea.
To be wanted, dead or alive?
No. Being a rock star is like being an outlaw cowboy. You're Wild West. You roll into town. You steal the women. You plunder the town. You drink from the saloon. You rob the bank.
Cowboys were busy bees.
Yeah. Either way, so it's like this idealized ideal of like the outlaw cowboy. you know, after 100 years, it's now become the rock stars are the, you know, the new cowboy.
Okay.
The Wild West of...
They're like taming a new frontier of music.
You know, and then they talk about riding a steel horse, like the biker, outlaw biker subgenre, or, you know, subculture was also all about that, man. Like, we're the nation's new cowboys. You know?
Why does it sound like you're selling a car to me?
Sorry. Let's see here. Yeah. Bon Jovi said being an outlaw was a young band of thieves riding into town, stealing the money, the girls, and the booze before the sun came up. That's what they wanted to portray to the world. That's what Bon Jovi's all about.
Oh.
We're also going to market research to your kids, but hey, man.
So we know where... That's just all about, you know, prepping the job. You want to know where you're going to go in, what defenses are up, so you can hit it quick and get
so
out.
I'm like, it portrays... It's presenting two different ideas to me. I'm like, to me, the idea that, yeah, these guys are cowboys, you know, rolling into town, being you know, being irreverent and stuff, that is contradictory to the businessmen that were Bon Jovi. I'm like, well, which is it, guys? So it's a facade. Wanted Dead or Alive is a lie. They're hacks.
Are you saying that businessmen can't be robbers and thieves?
I mean, weekend warriors are a thing. The guys who ride their Harleys on the weekend, they you know, they hang up the suit and tie and go out on a ride. But it's like Bon Jovi. It's just seems too. It's too dissonant.
For you, I think it works perfectly for me. I'm just like, again, right? Like, oh yeah. I would rather walk down the street with somebody who's in a biker jacket than somebody who's in a suit, because you take me for everything I have in my house.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, this song is it's a great song. Great song.
Yeah,
but the ideas behind it, I'm just like, Bon Jovi, I can't, I'm wrestling with it, you know.
Wrestle.
I want to praise Bon Jovi, but I also want to take them down.
I want to praise them. Go Bon Jovi. You're the only album I listened to from this year. But apparently now I've heard a Bonnie Tyler song.
We talked about a few of the singles here. We're going to close out with the big one, the big single. But, you know, the singles aren't the only parts of the album. We did listen to the whole album, and we just picked out one of the, you know, the album tracks, the ones you don't hear on the radio, just to hear what it sounds like. You know, just to give an idea of what, you know, what other... what does Bon Jovi sound like outside of the radio?
Yeah.
So we got a song called "Raise Your Hands." Hit play on that. This, to me, is more... This is what Bon Jovi sounded like on their early stuff. This is more high energy and raw, like your traditional heavy metal, hard rock would be.
Are they situated in that genre? Like, is that where they place themselves? Heavy metal?
They're hard rock.
Okay.
I would say they're hard rock or just rock. Arena rock, even. You know, like I don't
Arena
think
rock. Why are there so many?
The genres are tenuous. Like it's you know, like you can occupy several genres all at once. I would say if you ask John Bon Jovi, "Hey, what music do you play?" I'm a rock star.
Okay.
He writes rock music, and like you can tell, like they're not trying to be metalheads, you know. But it's like their music, especially a song like this, like veers into like the hair metal. Like this sounds like Van Halen to an extent. And it's very anthemic. More of the, hey man, this is what I'm...
Raise your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Raise your hands.
This song sounds like what you would open a rock show with. This is the first track, you know, to get the crowd,
I can hear that.
Get the crowd energized. It's like, hey guys, raise your hands, pump your fists, get ready for a rockin' show, you know. And the song's lyrics reflect the same, like, you know, never say die attitude. You know, keep up. We're gonna, you know, party hard. That's what the band's all about, man. We're about having a good time. About you know, making the most out of every day.
Yeah.
Is anything struck out to you, especially lyrically in the song?
Not for any like real reason, but at the end of the chorus when they're saying "Raise your hands," from New York to Chicago, raise your hands. From New Jersey to Tokyo, raise your hands. And I was just like, are they from Jersey?
Yes, they are. Oh yeah,
Which makes
These
sense
are-
as
these
to
are
why they
Jersey-
went from like New York to a place in the States, and then from Jersey, we're going to Tokyo. I was like,
Oh yeah, these are Jersey boys.
yeah, good job, Jersey boys.
Interesting enough, they mentioned Tokyo. Like Japan loves 80s like hard rock and heavy metal, like hair metal, like.
During this time or still?
Oh yeah, still, and back then, you know, it's like you always hear stories of like bands always made it big first in Japan. A good example is Quiet Riot. Quiet Riot had a big old hit in the mid '80s, but like their first 2 albums were only released in Japan. I don't know. It's like, hey man, you want to break through? You go to Japan. So I bet you Bon Jovi made some tours of Japan to make it big. So anyway, that's a funny little thing. But that's Raise Your Hand. It's a good little song. It's like very. I feel like it's not as polished, and it's not as like radio friendly as their other stuff. But it has the energy that you would want to hear in a traditional hard rock song.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's less pretension. I'm more inclined to like enjoy the artistry. I'm pretentious.
Yes.
I feel like I'm being.
You're picky.
I'm pretentious about pretension. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, we're gonna close out this segment with a discussion on their biggest hit, "Living on a Prayer."
Shot through the heart. Just kidding.
It has a kind of a slow intro here. Oh yeah, there we go. I got that synthesizer like
Good.
laying the bed, coming in with that bass.
I don't know. This makes me think of Better Off Dead.
That's a talk box. That whoop 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 whoop. So you can make your guitar talk. You like talk into this little tube that's like feeding into the guitar and makes your guitar talk. So he's just going, he's playing the notes and I was going to go 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 go. But yeah, like they're. I know that.
Wait, I just went to the beginning.
The song tells a story, man. It goes places.
So tough.
Yeah. This song they almost cut it. It wasn't going to be on the album.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Bon Jovi, John, was initially reluctant to include it on the album because he didn't think it was good enough. But the guitarist Sambora convinced him that it was a hit in the making, so they recorded it anyway.
Good job, Sam. I'm clapping for Sam.
Yeah. They added the talk box, they tweaked some things, and they're like, okay, all right, that's fine. And sure enough, it's the hugest hit.
Yeah.
It's voted the 80s best song ever from VH1 viewers.
We're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer.
Song tells the story of Tommy and Gina, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
Tommy works in the docks and Gina works a diner all day.
Working for her man.
Yep.
Not the man, her man.
Yeah. It's about, two down on their luck, working class folks just trying to make it. Just doing the best they can every day, working hard, because, they're going to make it one day. They'll make it through these hard times.
Yeah.
Hard times, baby.
No, Dusty Rhodes is not allowed on this podcast.
I'm sure Dusty Rhodes loves this song. So I was reading that John Bon Jovi and Desmond Child, when they wrote this song, they were inspired by real life events of the late 70s, early 80s. John Bon Jovi had an acquaintance who was a baseball player in school, and he wanted to be a professional baseball player, but when he found out his girlfriend was pregnant, he gave up on his ambition and just worked in a factory, working class job. So it's like, this song is about, it's like, hey man, you got your dreams and you're going to keep fighting for your dreams, but you got to work hard in the meantime. Got to work hard in the day. And then Desmond Child worked as a taxi driver in New York before making it big. And he knew his then girlfriend was a singer-songwriter who worked as a waitress in a diner. So they both witnessed people down on their luck, working hard for their dreams, but doing the I don't even know,
doing their
dirty
best,
work.
yeah,
doing the dirty work to make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's an inspiring song. It's a tragic song.
Yeah, it's hard to live your dreams when you're awake all the time. That was actually really sad. I'm sorry.
And I found this quote made me laugh because I was like, okay, Bon Jovi, I can get behind that. So John said he wrote the song during the Reagan era, and the trickle-down economics that era were really inspiring for writing songs. So I was like, I read that and I was like, okay, he's either saying two things. He was like, Reaganomics wasn't what they said it was going to be, and
Which it wasn't.
Which it wasn't, and they're all working class folks trying hard to make their dreams come true. But it's like, hey man, we got to work these dead end jobs or these minimum wage jobs, and it sucks. But hey, these are real stories about real people, right? So that's what he's saying. Or he was saying, man, the Reaganomics was such a great time, man. It was just so good to write songs back then, right? It's just like, 'cause that quote kind of sounds like that, doesn't it? It was like, It was such a great time for inspiring writing songs. So I was like, well, which is it, John? And I was like scared. I was like, what are John Bon Jovi's politics? Apparently, he is a big time lefty, and he performed like live for fundraisers for like Obama and Clinton and a bunch of other like Democratic candidates. So I was like, okay.
All right.
So he's standing up for the working class, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll leave that there. Anything else you want to say about Living on a Prayer? We'll close the segment out with it because it deserves like just unfiltered like, well, halfway there.
It's just really good. I think they're right. Like, no matter, it's doesn't take as much digging as some of the Iron Maiden songs did,
right? Because
it's pretty up there. But I love you can connect with it so easily, whether you've worked on the docks or not. So no, it's great. It's a great song. It's anthemic.
It is peak 80s. Like it's like it's like there's a handful of songs where it's like within the first 5 seconds you hear it and you're like, oh, that's the 80s.
Yeah,
it's this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so some facts about how successful this album was. Mm-hmm. Like, it was huge.
Yeah.
Huge. It spent 8 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard charts. It was named by Billboard the top-selling album of 1987. So into the next year.
Wow.
People were still buying it. This album had legs.
Wow.
It had 3 top 10 Billboard hits. You Give Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer, and Wanted Dead or Alive. The first 2 were number 1s. They were the first hard rock glam metal band to ever have 2 consecutive number 1 chart hits.
Market research did well.
Yep, and they were the first hard rock glam metal band to have 3 Billboard top 10 hits at once.
Okay.
So good job, Bon Jovi.
Good job, B.
History. This is interesting though. Contemporary reviews were mixed at best. Apparently, like, critics didn't, I don't know, they didn't think it was that good. Rolling Stone wrote, John Bon Jovi and his band serve up condescending sentiment, reducing every emotional statement to a barefaced cliche, either because they think that's all their audience can comprehend or because that's all they can comprehend. These critics, I think, have the same, like, mental wrestling that I was going through, because it's like, I can understand why they think that, because it is very, like, lowest common denominator, but that's why it's so dang popular.
Yeah,
it's like everyone can identify with. So it's like it's both brilliant and frustrating. It's both artistic and not.
Here's my take on it.
Yeah,
let people listen to the music they like. Like, I get it, right? Like, because I listen to so many different, not that you'll ever see it in this podcast, so many different kinds of music, and I'm just kind of like. And I pick and choose. I'll say that, oh, I don't really care for that artist, but I really like that song. Or I really like that artist, but I don't like this particular song from them. I'm just kind of like, why do we have to determine what makes art artful, right? Like, it makes me think about people who are like, anime's not art. And I was like, I'm sorry, have you seen the background of the water painting here and this and that? Like, it's not for everyone,
in the
but...
almighty words of Hayao Miyazaki, anime was a mistake.
No. I just... It's like one of those things where I'm like, when I hear them, I'm like, okay, you have your opinion. But like when it's just like lowbrow, as if people can't understand more. I'm just like, yo, sometimes I just want to listen to Baby Shark because that's the mood I'm in. And I will not be shamed for that because sometimes I just want something repetitive and soft. That doesn't mean it's lowbrow and not good. It just means like, hey, that's what I'm in the mood for. That's what my brain can comprehend. That's what's going to get me into a happy place.
I want some musical candy. That's what this song is.
Yeah.
Like, these songs are musical candy.
And what's wrong with that? Like, I want a sweet box. Let me have it. I say that Again, I've only listened to 3 songs of this because obviously I didn't dive deeper into their work. But I'm just kind of like, okay, all right, like what you like.
Don't be a douche.
Don't trash. Like, it's, that's the thing. I'm like, this is somebody's work. Like, they put a lot of work into it. As much as we're like, Desmond, well, okay, he did plagiarize himself. But, you know, I'm just like, yo, that's his work. And he was like, I was working as a taxi driver and I have skills and I want to, like, make this. I'm like, okay, boo do you. You did it, babe. You did it. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Mwah. Go away. All the haters, just go away. Go away. I do not want you here. And that's my take.
All right, so modern appraisals, you know, I think it proves that it's like something can be pretentious. You can be pretentious and cynical about something at the time, but like if history remembers it fondly, it's like what you said back then doesn't matter. Because
all of Van Gogh's work, yes.
Modern appraisals have been much kinder to the album. Slippery When Wet has been placed on Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's list of the definitive 200 albums of all time, and it was included in the 2005 book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. So
that's a lot of albums.
Yeah, but people love this stuff. By the way, I think your Whitney Houston album was also in that book.
Hey, go Whitney, go Whitney.
Neither of my albums so far have been included in that book.
That's not it. Was Prince included on that?
Probably.
Purple Rain? Girl, you got good taste even though you only listen to 2 songs off of albums.
Anyway, where did Bon Jovi go from here? They never...
To Jersey.
This is, like... This is their peak, and it's quite the peak. You know, hey man, they rode the success of this album. I bet you they sell out stadiums every year because of this album alone. But hey man, they living off it.
Yeah. They're living off of prayer.
Their next album also had songs written by Desmond Child. There's a song called Bad Medicine, which is like their only other big hit. You know, from the '80s. It's fine, but it just wasn't as successful as Slippery When Wet.
I don't think I've heard it.
It's fine. It sounds like You Give Love a Bad Name, just with different lyrics. It's like
the third time.
Yeah, they plagiarized themselves the third time. And then they had a renaissance in the year 2000. With the album Crush and the song It's My Life Now or Never.
I'm not gonna live forever.
Yeah, that one.
I know that one.
Big hit. So, hey man, at least like they could say it's like we were successful in 2 decades. So, congratulations, Bon Jovi.
Good job.
You did it.
Good job.
Good job. Desmond Child, he went on to write big hits, humongous hits for...
Humongous.
Yeah. Aerosmith and their 90s renaissance.
Okay. Wait, is that the Armageddon song?
No, I don't think he wrote that song, but he wrote Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Angel and Crazy were the other like big radio hits. Like
Aerosmith sings Dude Looks Like a Lady?
Yeah.
Oh. I understand that obviously a band sang it, but for some reason my brain can only say, no, Robin Williams sings that song because of Miss Doubtfire.
Anyway, Desmond Child wrote Alice Cooper's Poison, which is amazing. The song is so good. It's excellent.
I only know one song called Poison. Poison!
Yeah, that's not that one. And he wrote Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Massive hit. Desmond Child, he is the hit maker.
All right.
The soul shaker.
Hit maker. Oh. Sorry, that's from something else. Good job, Desmond.
We will revisit Desmond Child sometime in the future. Be ready for it. So with music albums, we've talked about the music. The music and the lyrics and everything on the album. Who won this year? Jess or Rod?
Jess.
Yeah, Jess won. Absolutely.
Hey, she keeps winning.
Somewhere in time, it's fine. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet cannot be contained.
Yeah.
So Jess wins. She's won, that's 2 music years in a row. You've won. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
But you know what?
What?
We can't judge a music album on the music alone. There's an element to a music album that I think is not as important, but it's pretty important.
Pretty important.
And that is the album cover. So I've got the album covers for both Somewhere in Time, Slippery When Wet, and we're going to decide which one looks better. All right, let's start with Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is famous for their album covers. They have a mascot. Do you know his name?
Eddie the Ed.
Eddie the Ed. You got
yes! I finally got it.
With an accent, it's Eddie the Head. Eddie the Head. He is a zombie character. He's been on almost every single Iron Maiden album, and usually Eddie is like drawn in a setting and in a way that represents like kind of the theme of the album, right? So in this case, it's called Somewhere in Time. Time is the operative theme for the album. Every song deals with time travel, so on, so on, right? So,
but it's not a concept album.
It's not it's sort of a concept album.
It's not an intentional concept album.
The album features Eddie as a cybernetic zombie. He's got robot enhancements. He's got a laser gun. He's in like a dystopian.
So many muscles.
He's got a lot of muscles. A Blade Runner-esque skyline in the background. He's walking through a town. There's like a robot body that he's like standing over as if he just shot a man. He's got like a robot Terminator eye.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of
it's
greens and browns.
It's very eye-catching. To me, it's very 80, like the Blade Runner, like dystopian, like dark city look. To me, is very like late 80s.
Yeah,
because like to me, like the early 80s is all about like glitz and glamour and money and excitement and prosperity. We're all gonna make it because Reagan's gonna make it happen, right? And then by the late 80s, it's like, yeah, none of that works. So all of the cities are like dirty and grungy and dangerous. Like you think of like late 80s New York City or Los Angeles, like you're just like trash everywhere and homeless people and
Double Dragon.
Yeah, it's frightening. So this album has Eddie walking through this dark, grimy city with like lights in the, facade of lights in the background with like neon lights and stuff, but that's what you see.
And 2 pistols in hand.
Yeah.
One on a holster.
Yep.
The album cover was created by the band's regular artist, Derek Riggs. He's basically drawn every Iron Maiden album up to this point. Past ones, interestingly enough, like he did for Power Slave, it was like an Egyptian theme. For Number on the Beast, it was like a satanic theme. So he's always doing something different with Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie is just moldable. He can be in anything. It's quite interesting. And another interesting quality of an album cover by Iron Maiden, especially with like Power Slave on, is they have Easter eggs on the album cover. So if you've got the big old sleeve, the big record, and you're like, looking at these high def images, you can like see stuff in the background, the front and the back. I found a list of different Easter eggs on the album cover, and I thought you would find this one interesting. It's not on the front, but on the back cover, there's like a city skyline, and on one of the buildings is the TARDIS from Doctor Who. Because Iron Maiden are big nerds.
Big old nerds. I do like me a good TARDIS insert.
So you like that album cover?
Yeah, it's interesting. Do you have a little man on yours?
I don't think so.
Like, that doesn't look like a...
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
I thought that was like, when you were like, Easter eggs, I was like, maybe that's an Easter egg. I don't know.
It might be.
Anyway.
So moving on to Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. The album cover is black.
Yeah.
Dirty.
It just kind of looks like gravel. I think it's like asphalt with rocks thrown on it, and then...
It's actually a wet black garbage bag.
Oh.
Like a close-up of a garbage bag with the word Slippery When Wet written on it.
Yeah, through, like, they sprayed it with water so the droplets were on it, and then just fingered out the...
Slippery When Wet.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it's not...
It is not...
It's not
pleasing.
an attractive cover.
No, I guess it portrays the, like, dirtiness of the 80s at the time.
Yeah.
Like the sleaziness and the filthiness of it, Even Samboro, the guitar player, said, so simple, not very impressive.
It's really not. And this was like their first album.
This is their third album.
Third, okay.
Yeah. Interestingly, this is not their first choice for album cover.
Okay.
This is the second choice. The first choice looks like this.
Oh, I saw that when I was looking for it. I'm glad they didn't go with that.
It is a busty woman taking part in a wet t-shirt contest, I guess.
And the words are the title of the album are written on it. Her yellow shirt.
On her yellow shirt. It is gaudy. It's loud. It's like she's wearing a bright yellow shirt. There's like a bright pink
border. Yeah.
It's like it's.
I mean, I guess the one they went with is like the lesser of two evils, but both of them are like not attractive.
The original one is eye catching in a dirty kind of way.
Yeah.
But also it's like not like I'm just like looking at it like this is gross.
Yeah.
Just like unpleasant. In a different way than the unpleasant of the actual album cover. I was looking at the story on why they changed the album cover, and the reasons are as you would expect. Record executives feared that the dominant record store chains at the time would refuse to carry the album with the sexist cover. And John Bon Jovi disliked the bright pink border. So we've talked about this a few times already in the 80s music segments, but the music industry in the 80s was getting woke. They did not want to endorse sexism, and they wanted to protect the kids.
Yeah.
You know, Prince's Purple Rain caused a firestorm in the media because it had very filthy...
Songs like Nikki.
Yeah, Darling Nikki. Filthy lyrics that children definitely shouldn't be listening to.
Yeah.
And they wanted to give parents a way to, know what content was in the music they were buying their kids. So... all of these discussions ended up in the parental advisory sticker that you slap on an album. So it's like that mentality meant that, hey, we're also super aware and very sensitive to what people might perceive as sexist album covers. So let's not put a nearly naked woman on the store shelves for children to see. It's funny. This is a real life situation in the movie Spinal Tap. They have a very similar conversation where it's like, hey, we don't want to put a sexist album cover on store shelves. And that movie came out 2 years before. So this is Bon Jovi becoming Spinal Tap. Anyway, that's it for 90. That's it for 96. Who had the better album cover?
86.
86.
I'm gonna have to say you.
I
don't really like either of them. But I'm gonna have to say...
Mine has more creativity.
Yeah, yours has more creativity. It's not something I'd put on a shirt.
Hey man.
I'm sure there are things with both of us shirts.
Iron Maiden album covers make great posters. This is a great poster. That's it.
Yeah.
What do we got? What's next?
Would we like to talk about runners up?
Let's do runners up. These are the winners, but hey, there are some albums that nearly made the cut, I guess. Probably more for me than you, I would assume.
Yeah, absolutely more for you. Okay, so, all right. Rodney had two other runners-up. One of them was, three. One of them was Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Iconic. We talked about Megadeth in 1985. Master of Puppets was thrash metal's like breaking into the stratosphere. Master of Puppets was huge. And, hey man, that's a great album.
The other one, Megadeth, Peace Sells, but
also a great album.
Who's buying?
Not as big as Master of Puppets, but I think more artistic.
Oh.
I think it's smarter. So, man, Megadeth they were cranking them out fast. They got their debut album in 85 and then their follow-up in 86, and their Peace Sells is way better than their first album, so that's interesting.
Huh, nice.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
Yes. Okay. So, we talked about developing the rules for what our albums would be. Beastie Boys just so happened to be like one of the first acts that just I gravitated towards as like a middle schooler. It's like you hear these silly songs about girls and brass monkeys, and hey man, all of my friends were just into it. So when it came time to start developing a music library for myself, Beastie Boys was one of the first. I borrowed the CD from my older sister, put on I think 8 or so songs from the album, and those were like on my iPod within weeks of me getting it. So Beastie Boys were one of the first, and I listened to those 8 songs quite a lot. The problem is, License to Ill is longer than those 8 songs. So when we finally develop the rules, we decided, because I've heard all of the Iron Maiden album, that one should win.
This was decided after he put me through the actual hell of listening to Beastie Boys' License to Ill.
It's not good.
It's very not good.
It's so bad. And I apologize to you.
Apologize more.
Apology. Don't listen to License to Ill. Listen to any of those other albums but License to Ill. It's so bad.
We're not going to talk about this anymore because we already talked about it in a secret episode. I feel bad just because I just went on that rant about let people make art that they like. And I agree with that statement. So, I mean, the Beastie Boys is for someone. This particular album is for someone. It's not for anyone in this household, and I never want to listen to any of the songs off that album ever again. Thank you. My runners-up.
Oh, gosh.
I only had one runner-up, which was Run DMC's Raising Hell.
What even songs are on that? Is that
I don't know.
Is it
I think
Walk
it was
This Way?
Walk This Way. That was the only other song I had heard from this year. We went through all of the albums, and I didn't recognize any of the authors, any of the artists when we went through the artist list. And then Rodney's like, you have to have heard something. And I mean, obviously Bon Jovi, but then we had to go through. Rodney is much better at knowing music than I am, and so he was like,
okay, well, here are the singles from this album.
Here are the big hits from this album. Have you heard this? You have to have heard this. Plays me a little bit. I was like, I've never heard that song before.
Yeah, but you have heard Walk This Way. Which is a cover by Aerosmith. It's also a collaboration. It's Run DMC. It's Aerosmith, rap and rock coming together, making a hip hop baby.
A hip hop baby.
They're making a box office success.
Nice. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was the first crossover hit. One of them. Anyway, that's all we got. Plugs. We're closing out.
Oh right, we are closing out. So, plugs, hair plugs. They're good. Maybe, I don't know. We have other projects that we're working on. You can find me on YouTube at Taming Tales, Tales spelled Tales, where I tell stories to video and some royalty-free music.
I also have a YouTube channel. Me and some friends, we talk about professional wrestling. We follow the careers of certain wrestlers, and we look and see what they got onto back in the day. If you want to follow that, it's called Keep Kayfabe. Kayfabe is spelled Kayfabe. It's wrestling. It means in universe.
Yeah. For anyone who goes there and says that's not why they did those things, it's because we're talking about kayfabe, the characters.
Yeah. And if you want to read about me and video games, I write for a website called ZeldaDungeon.net. We do news and features about The Legend of Zelda. We're a very prominent fan site. If you like Zelda, check it out. That's all we got. We're going to close out with none other than Living on a Prayer.
Hey.
We hope to see you soon. We'll be back.
We hope you soon return to hear us with your ear parts.
Yep. We'll see you next time with the TV of 1986. So long, farewell. Until we meet again.